know it's only been a few weeks, but what do you think of online school so far?
I think it's definitely different. I think it's a lot more difficult, especially for me. I think I learn better when I'm face to face with like teachers and students. I think it's important for kids to get that social aspect because now that we're restricted to like online, you kind of don't, I mean, at least for me, I only leave my house to um like go play my sport. And so I don't really get much interaction other than, my really close friends that I see maybe like twice a week. So I think it would be better if we could meet like face to face, but I mean, this is what we have to work with. So,
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it's been kind of difficult, but you said you take a sport. What sport do you play?
so I play soccer and I did run track for school. I played soccer and track for school, but I mean, those are kind of out right now. I also play like a club sport, so I play club soccer. So that's still up and going. I mean, we don't have any games going right now, just practices, but I at least have that to keep me semi busy.
Yeah. So before school shut down due to COVID, it was announced that you were student body president, right?
Yes.
So how did it feel being elected president?
It was really exciting, but as soon as I heard my name on the intercom, it was like relief, but also this pressure, like, oh my gosh, like
Uh,
now, not that I'm in charge, but now I have this big role to play at this school over all these kids. And so, I mean, I was kind of stressed at the beginning, but now that I'm learning the ropes and like everything about it, it's become easier and I'm super excited for this year. So,
so when it was quarantine and we weren't going to school anymore, or we were just on online school, how did it feel that suddenly you weren't part of physical school being president? Like, did you feel like your expectations were going to be fulfilled further on because we weren't going back to school for a while?
yeah, definitely. I didn't really know what to expect, especially being a senior. That kind of was a bummer. I didn't know how I was going to be able to do anything for the school. Like being student body president, I didn't know what I could do. But now that it's become this world of like online, I think a lot more things have come out where now we can do things virtually. And so I think it took a while, but now student council and myself, we're trying to figure out ways that we can interact with students virtually rather than um, in person. I don't know if that made sense, but
Yeah, it did. So like the assembly that was done on Instagram, like that's what you're talking about.
yes, yes.
So how do you think that benefited you and the student council while doing that?
I think it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for student council to put on, but I mean, it's definitely not the same as an in-person assembly, but I think it was nice to get those shout outs that we haven't, like, kids haven't gotten in a while, like dance team or clubs and other sports, like to see those groups perform and to see us kind of unite again. I think it was good for the school.
So were those the only drawbacks, like not being able to physically be there? Because I mean, it would make it more better if we were in like in person doing assemblies.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think um, because of quarantine and because of Corona, we've lost a lot of school spirit and like participation. So had the assembly been in person, I think it would have been more fun. But this is what we have to work with. So
So do you think we'll be seeing more assemblies like that in the future?
yeah, definitely. I think as we move forward in the year, we'll figure out new and better ways to put it on. But I think um, that's probably what we'll be doing going forward.
So for for now, in like this like these circumstances, do you think that it's made you a stronger leader in some way? Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. I think that because it's been more difficult, well, it's become more difficult and easier in different ways, but because it's become more difficult, I think it's helped me to learn how to, overcome unexpected things that we have no way of knowing. I think to just roll with the punches. Like it's just helped me to kind of become a better leader in that aspect, kind of go with the flow, you know.
Yeah. So, have you discussed with anyone in student council, like any ideas if we do end up hypothetically going back to school in person for like what's the social distancing for like future activities and events? You know, like probably homecoming or maybe a football game.
Um, I don't I don't know because we can hope, but we don't really know what's coming or what to expect. But I would assume we'd probably look at other states that are open.
Hmm.
Like I know Utah, for instance, I know a lot of their schools already had homecomings, and seeing what their experience was like and what they did good and what was went bad, learning from them, and yeah, I think that's all we can really do is just play it by ear because no one's ever experienced a pandemic like this at least in my lifetime. So
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah. Um, has there been any discussion or planning for prom if we can't go back to physical school? Like, would it be virtually?
um, yeah, I'm not sure how it would be virtually. I don't know how much participation we would get. I think it's definitely something we would do, especially myself being a senior. I don't want to miss out on such a like vital event in our senior
Mhm.
year. I think we'll probably it's like for homecoming and prom, I'm sure we'll do like you know, like those dance courts. And I think, I know in quarantine when we were coming up, like during the summer into the school year, um, we already have some themes picked out for the school to vote on. I don't know if those will happen, but we do have something picked out. I'm just not sure how it'll go.
So those pretty much all of my questions concerning like future events for online stuff. Do you have anything you'd like to add, like announcements?
Um, Not really anything specific. I would just say I think that it's important that as students of DO, we stay involved and we stay connected because, like I said, we're not getting that social aspect anymore. And so I think it's important to, you know, look at our Instagram at DODBacks and see what's being posted there and try to participate in activities or events that may be virtual or um, anything like that because I think it's important to make the best of what we have and to just kind of come together even though we're so far apart.
That was beautiful. Thank you. That was wonderful. Um, so that was pretty much it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
awesome.
talking with
Glad
me.
to be part of it.